Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Sahil, and this video is part 2 of my application to MIT, where I'll be talking about the stats, the extracurriculars I had reported for my MIT application, along with some general thoughts, tips and advices about the whole process. For my stats and marks, I took a couple of standardized tests in addition to reporting the high school grades that I had to MIT. I took the SAT only once, in which I got a total of 1530 out of 1600, split up into 790 in math and 740 in evidence-based reading and writing. I also had to take the IELTS, which is an English proficiency test. I got a total of 8.5 out of 9 bands in there, which is split up into a 9 in listening, a 9 in reading, a 7 in writing, and an 8 in speaking. As for my high school grades, you can see them listed up here. In particular, my final year of high school, the 12th grade board examinations had not yet taken place by the time I had to submit the application. I would also like to make a note that these are not the stats that usually gets an applicant into MIT, because these are not that noteworthy, and almost every single competent applicant has the stats equivalent to this or better than this. MIT has other means to judge an applicant's academic aptitude, which is usually detailed in the extracurriculars, which I'll delve into now. Okay, now let's take a look at the activities and distinctions section on my application. Apart from the academic achievements I had in the JEE and the Olympiads, this area will mostly revolve around the extracurriculars I had pursued in high school. And I think that can be split up into 3 major areas for me. One was the astronomy stuff I had done outside of classroom. Another one was the role I had played in my school's math club, where I had taken some sessions. And the final area would be music related stuff, because I had played in my school's band for a couple of years, along with composing some music on the side by myself and with a couple of friends. So up on the screen, you can see the activities and the summer activities I had reported as part of my application. And most of these do fit into the 3 general areas I had described earlier. So for my activities section, I decided to list the following 4 things. And within each of these headings, they let you write a small paragraph describing what you did under that activity. So preparation for JEE is pretty self-explanatory, but within the core committee member for my school's math club, I described how I came up with lecture plans, and I took interviews and made many handouts and problem sets for the people in my school's math club to train them for math Olympiads. For the senior band member for school, I described how I played the keyboard and also sometimes collaborated with other band members to come up with our original arrangements for songs. Under stargazing and participating in astronomy outreach events, I described how I was a member of my local astronomy club and how we use telescopes and binoculars to look at the night sky. In my summer activities section, I wrote the following few things. Unlike in the previous section, they don't allow you to write a small paragraph to explain the thing you did. So for my first one, I visited an institute in Kolkata to access some telescopes and train for IOA. And preparing for IOA 2022 is also pretty self-explanatory. The third one relates back to my math club experience as a core committee member. And then music production in digital audio workstations like Cakewalk is another thing I like to do and spent a lot of my time in the summer doing. Some personal coding projects I took up in Python were like coding up some solvers for random puzzles and games I found on the internet, and just doing fun stuff in Python that I like to do. And the last one is like keyboard and audio production stuff for a cover I had done with a few friends from school, which was also published on YouTube. So I did put in some time for that in my summer as well. For these scholastic and non-scholastic distinctions, unfortunately, they have been cleared out of the MIT portal by now, so I'll be listing them off the Common App application, and here they are. These are the honors I listed on my Common App application. So the first one relates to the astronomy stuff I had, which I had basically done for all of my high school. The second one is KVPY, and again, this is a defunct exam, so you can't take it again, but it used to be pretty famous, and the admission officers, even in the US, probably know about it, so they understand the weight of the ranking. The third is an Atlas India Fellowship. This is also defunct, but basically this was a fellowship given to very few students from India, and I was one of its fellows. The fourth one is like miscellaneous scholarship examinations at the national/state level in India. Um, I think NTSE is defunct now, but apart from that, the other two scholarship exams do still work. But JB and STS is only specific for West Bengal kids. And the final honor I had listed was my school achievement of maintaining a 90% aggregate for 6 consecutive years, which gives you a blue blazer. MIT also does this extra thing called the February updates and notes forms, which is meant as a midway between the application being submitted in January and the decisions coming out in March. So this form is released somewhere in early February. I don't have access to the form, so I don't exactly remember what I had submitted, but it went along the lines of firstly me being selected for the astronomy camp for 2023, along with being one of the top scorers in INAO. My JEE mains percentile had also come out, which was 99.9848, so I had also mentioned that. And I was also called to the parliament to give a speech and be felicitated because I was an Olympiad winner in the previous session. So that's all for the stats and the marks I had. As you can see that I tried to use my essays to flesh out the personal significance of all the extracurriculars I had pursued and to convey how much they mattered to me at a personal level. A lot of people also ask me about what extracurriculars they should pursue, and I would like to take a moment to try to answer all of them. First of all, I do not know. Even for myself, I never pursued the extracurriculars I pursued for the sake of my application. I just did them because I genuinely enjoyed doing them. However, one advice that I think I would like to give is to try to be active about the things you enjoy. I played the keyboard for my school band, or tried to teach at my school's math club, or went out of my way to do astronomy events because I was genuinely passionate about each and every single area. And that does reflect in the essays you write and the level of accomplishments you have. So if there's anything you enjoy, be it singing, dancing, or whatever, try to be active about it and try to take steps out of your way to show that you're actually interested in that area. Another note I would like to make is about the significance of an Olympiad medal. After my first semester here at MIT, I have noticed that nearly all the international students who are admitted have been involved with Olympiads in some way or the other, and most of them are also medalists. And as far as I know, MIT is the only school in the US that favors Olympiad people in this way. This is a very good thing for Olympiad medalists because there's this really nice institution waiting for you here, but also a bad thing because it is incredibly hard to get a medal, and without one, an international student, their chances are really slim for getting admitted in here. Know that I'm not discouraging you, but giving a touch of reality in some sense, because it's so hard to get an Olympiad medal. It just does not make sense for every single person to try to aim to get into MIT. However, also note that just getting an Olympiad medal is not enough usually, because each person I've met here also has a very colorful background and things they're actually passionate about, apart from their stunning academic records. So don't think that MIT is equal to getting an Olympiad medal. It's not. It's also more in some senses and also less in some senses. And that brings me to the end of my video. Thanks for watching, and if you have any suggestions or further video topics that you would like to see, the Google form is linked below. I would like to apologize for the very long delay. I understand that I have not justly put enough time inside this YouTube channel as people expect me to, but I'll try to improve upon that. I am going through each and every single one of your suggestions, and I do try to go through the DMs I get on LinkedIn or on Instagram as frequently as I can. If you want to get in touch with me personally, my LinkedIn is linked below. You can go ahead and reach out and I'll try to get back to you. And I'll see you in the further videos. Bye-bye.